Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, 358 cop stories, gross vice alerts, foot pursuits, chases, gangs. I work a bunch of gang stuff, patrol, neato stuff. I love them. They're all my babies. And continuing on that website, it's questions and answers. And we're up like 165 or 68, whatever it was, of answering questions. Send me a question, and I'll answer you directly, and then I'll put it on video like we're doing now. But if you want to ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com, and I'll answer your question. Here's one of the questions that came in.
Do you have any strange animal stories?
Okay, this is going to be a couple of tapes here. The reason why I say a couple of tapes is I only got about 14 minutes to do one of these, so I'm a rambler. I ramble on. Okay, here's the first one. Chronologically, kind of there. Okay. When you go to the academy, the month before you graduate, you go out in the field for a month. It's 6 months. The fourth month you go out, and you go out meaning you go out of the academy and you go to a division, and you work 1 week in traffic, 2 weeks in patrol, and 1 week in detectives. Okay, and they do this for a lot of reasons. A, they want to see if you really like this stuff, because you're in the academy and then you don't know whether you're doing a lot of fake scenarios and stuff. Well, do you really like to do this stuff? And they want you to get out there and see the real world, and then you come back and decide if you really want to continue. We had a couple of guys that came back and said, I can't do this, and they were gone. We started with 35, graduated I think it was 27. So we lost some people here. And I don't know whether they left because of that, or they just didn't feel it wasn't their cup of tea. Who knows? So I'm a new guy. Okay, so I go out in the field, and I'm with the traffic guys, which is kind of boring. We saw a couple things, but I'm not into traffic. If I want to go to traffic tickets, I'll go be a highway patrolman. That's all they do. And I want to do, meat and potato stuff. I want to meet people. I want to help people. That's what I want to do. I came on to help people. I want to help people. So we'll go to patrol. Remember now, I'm new. I'm still in the academy. I'm the third guy in the car. There's 2 seasoned officers. Seasoned meaning they got about 4 to 5 years on. And then I'm right there in the back seat just watching and just really in awe of all this. I mean, I came back the first time, getting us a tangent here. My first day in the field was Easter Sunday in a predominantly black area. And all I saw all day was families getting together and fighting. Because they would get together to meet mom, right? And then cousins and uncles, everybody's fighting. They're all drunk and they're all dressed really nice, coming back from church. It's a mess. And so I came home. I was living at home at the time. After 8 hours of this, I came home and my mom, who's scared to death that her only son's going to die out there, how was it? I said, Mom, if they would give me rent and food, they wouldn't have to pay me. This is unbelievable. This is incredible. And the guys I'm with are telling me they've been doing this for 5 years, probably do it for 20. I said, I can do this forever. Because it was so eye-opening as to how real people act and what they do. And it's like, I've never been around this. I grew up in a small town east of Los Angeles. Tough, smart family, close family, neighborhood. We had relatives living everywhere. I was not exposed to this kind of environment where people yell and scream and shots fired and throwing beer balls at each other and dressed to the nines. I work the black area. These people are dressed really nice and they're rolling around the grass and they're fighting and it's not a fight where they're going to kill each other. It's a fight because like drunk uncle fighting the brother and it's that kind of thing where it's kind of like watching baseball players fight. Out there, they're doing this, and nobody's hitting anybody. That's what it is. But it's so fun to watch. And of course, they're throwing out the N-word and all kinds of stuff. I'm going, oh my gosh, I never heard the N-word ever. Okay, so whoa. Anyway, I'm getting off on a trend. So now here I am in this car working primarily a black and it was about 80% black, 25% Latino area. Okay, and you had pockets of Caucasian people living there. It wasn't really a mix. It was a dominating black, but you still had remnants of other people there because eventually all cities in the country have changed. They stay in one race and the people move out and then other people come in. It's you got Mid-Easterners come in and it's moving all the way around. So that's just the way it is in America. Constantly on the move here. Anyway, so again, Vietnam vet. So I've seen a lot, but these guys don't know that. So these guys I'm working for. So we get a call, and it's a unknown trouble call. Meet the lady in the front apartment, okay, front house. So these guys have about 4 or 5 years on. They do this every day. So one of the pastors talking to me while the driver's driving, explaining everything. Because I asked him, could you tell me what you guys are doing and how you do it? Shut up, kid. And then of course he winds up telling me everything I want to know, But they don't want to recruit with them because they want to go out and, jump people and beat up suspects and all this. And they're afraid they can't do it because I'm back there as a witness thinking, I'm not trusted because I'm a new guy and I'll tell everybody what happened. I don't know what they were thinking. But anyway, so they really didn't like me. And towards the end of the shift, they did like me eventually because I told them my background. They liked it. So anyway, So he's telling me that, oh, this is one of those calls that you got to be careful because it could be a setup, and people call in, they hang up the phone. So we're very careful. This daylight, it's daylight. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. So just be aware of yourself, be aware of your surroundings. Don't anybody get behind you and all that, and just watch us and see what we do and be careful. Okay, fine. Already I'm going, oh my gosh, your hair in the back of my neck's going up. Whoa, what kind of, because the call was unknown trouble, meet the lady in the front house. I don't know anything about anything. Okay. So we pull to the curb. There's a couple people standing out front. They're old people. Old white people. Weird. The reason why I say white is because, again, the area was very minority. So we get out, walk up, and of course she's not crying. She's probably 80 years old. And of course, once she sees the police, everybody likes to see the police. I say, oh my gosh, my God. And there's a guy standing there. Ma'am, did you call us? Yes, we did. Oh my gosh. What's the matter? Well, there's a house in the back, little houses, probably like 2-bedroom, and she's in front. And again, I don't know what's going to happen here. Later on, I'm a seasoned veteran about this stuff. But right now, I don't know nothing. And I'll give her a name, Mrs. Smith. I don't remember her name. Mrs. Smith rents that house because I own it. And I haven't seen her in like a week and a half. And I called her sister, and her sister's in Wisconsin or someplace. And she hasn't had contact with her. And I hear the dog barking in the house. And I think she's home because she doesn't go anywhere without that dog. And could you guys check it out? And I said, okay. So then, again, we don't have radios here. So one of the officers hears that, and he walks back to the police car. He's on the radios. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, so we're talking. She's getting the information. My partner, I'm just watching. Remember, I'm an observer right now. I don't know anything. I don't wait 2 minutes. Here comes a fire truck. Okay, one of those big pumpers. Oh, they get out. A couple of guys. Just all they have is on is their, they don't have their full jackets on. They just have a helmet, their suspenders with their shirt, and their big boots. Walking around. And one guy's got a little box. And they go, okay, what do you got? So they tell him, okay, so now we go down the driveway. Turned out they're there to check for gas leaks. Okay, I don't know nothing. Okay, so go down there. We're all looking through the windows. Go with their kid. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for the windows. So I'm looking. I don't see anything. Of course, I don't know what to look for. So then can't see anything. Okay, well, that's of course our sergeant pulls up. He's walking down the driveway. And, what's going on? Okay, so imagine you see a lot of people arriving here all of a sudden. Okay, so there's 6, 8 of us there. Okay, so the firemen go, okay, well, we're going to check this. Everybody stand back a little bit. Okay, I'm standing back. So they get around the side door, and it looked like it might have been the kitchen door. It turned out it was the kitchen door. They go around the door, and they got a little probe. And they get underneath the door, and they pop it through. They look at their gauge, and they go, okay, no gas here. Oh, I just figured that out. That's what they're there for, okay? Because you see firemen, they're going to go fight a fire. Well, no, these guys are okay. So again, like I said, way back in my stories, I start like this with my little sponge, and every day I learn, and that was put back there. Everything's, you start getting that sponge. By the time I retired, it was this big. Okay, so anyway, okay, so they go around the other side, they're checking the front. You go, all right, and Susie, you can tell they're done. He puts a probe out, no gas, they're walking, they're gone. They're getting their truck, and their job is over. So she goes, do you have a key? I have a key. Okay, fine. So lady in the front gets the key. And of course, the sergeant tells her, you might want to just stay out here for now because we're not sure we're going to find in here. And we hear the dog barking around in there. Okay. So again, I don't know anything from nothing. So let's go. So I'm behind the officers. And they're yelling at her. I don't remember her name was, but I'll just say Mrs. Smith or pick a name. Mrs. Smith. No answer. The dog's barking in the other room. So go through the doors, go over here off the kitchen, and right there laying on the floor is Mrs. Smith. Okay. This is a gross alert. So right now, if you're sensitive to this, I'm going to be kind of graphic. It's not dirty or gross. It's just graphic. Please don't listen to this. Okay. Because if you have grandmothers and grandfathers, I want to be aware that this could happen. Okay, and I'll tell you what happened and who told me stuff afterwards. The guys have been around a while, the guys with the stripes on their arms. So I'm behind him, and I'm looking through the legs, and I see this body there. Oh, I'm thinking, oh, she's dead. So you get up closer, and she's gone. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So, and the reason why you know she's dead is because she's laying on her side, and from here all the way to almost her ear, from under her eye socket down under her chin, you could see some of her teeth. She didn't have very many teeth left because she was toothless, kind of. But you can see the gums and the jawline. And what the dog had been doing, they told me, is that he has no water, and she's been there about a week, and he's licking and chewing her mouth to get moisture, and you can see where he pulled away. You can see where, like hamburger, where he's actually bitten the flesh off, and he's trying to sustain his life by eating Mrs. Smith. Gross, real gross. Of course, can't describe the smell in there because she'd been dead for a while, and called the coroner, and then detectives come out from downtown, and detectives told me some of this. The patrol officers told me some of this about how somebody dies and the dog needs moisture and he's going to get where he can get it. And they've had animals do that. They've had animals for ladies. They've had them, if they're not dressed completely, the animals have gone down to the pubic area because it's moisture down there. And then when animals are thirsty or hungry, they don't just lick it, they rip it. Okay, so they've said that, and I'm going, whoa. I'm thinking, wow, this is really interesting. I mean, whoa, And so they had to call the animal control. They had to get the dog. The dog was kind of friendly, but they kind of pushed him into a closet and closed the door. And they call animal control. They come out. They're all moving parts. So the detectives from downtown come down. They handle they handle old dead bodies, which is really a grisly job, which I never did and will never do. Okay, because I know make a detective, you might get that job. Okay, no, thank you. So they're really, those guys are really crusty. They see dead people all day long, and they have really gross jokes and stuff about that. I don't think you should do that. It's someone's mom, grandmother. But anyway, so they're telling me about all this really important stuff that I should learn about this. And then, the dog handler comes out, animal control. He gets the dog. The dog's really friendly. It's a little guy, this big. And they put him in a cage. And I'm all ears here because I don't know anything. So I'm over there by that dog while they're over there telling some kind of gross jokes, which I didn't really want to be near. I wanted to learn, okay? I'm over here with him, and I go, what's going on there? Well, so it's like anything else you hear, officer, that like wild animals and stuff, once they've had a taste, the philosophy is, no one's ever disproved that they may have a taste for that. So we're going to put him down. As soon as we get back, we're going to euthanize him. Once we found out he was eating this poor lady's face off, the dog's history. I said, okay. What do I know? And I think that theory still runs today. They're not even sure if that's still the same theory about animals eating humans and have the need for human flesh. I think that's more like Dracula stories, but who the hell knows? But anyway, so that was pretty bad, and I kept that for a while. I remember it's different. It's gross. It's grisly. Believe me, that was 1971. No, it was February, March of '72. That many years ago. And I can still see that poor lady because it's something you look up and it's like, whoa, you want to see it, and once you see it, I didn't want to see it, but you have to because it's part of my, evolvement or evolving into this job is I have to see everything and I want to learn everything and see what there is to expect. Later on, when I became a regular officer and I had regular partners, and we get a call like that, we walk up and sure enough, we know exactly what it is. And now we're calling the fire. We go through the same motions. The fire department shows up, and then sometimes they'll help us open the door, sometimes they don't. And once they're out of it, they don't want, even the firemen don't want anything to do with this. They want to fight fires. We want to do gunfire robbing banks. They want to fight fires. Nobody wants to deal with people that have died this way or not died this way, but have died and then their animals do this. Nobody wants to be around that. And of course, obviously, the people that do this are the police. Okay, we get paid for this sort of thing. But anyway, so it was interesting, very interesting. The first time to see this, and of course, the guy thought I was going to get grossed out. Got in the car, driving away, and weren't you? I said, no, I've seen worse than that. I've seen heads blown off, and what? And we started talking about they weren't in the service. So the next thing I know, the next 3 hours, all they're doing is ask me questions about Vietnam and stuff. So it was, but we bonded really well. They asked me to be with them the rest of the week, and I was with them a couple times, but then they were off, and I got other guys. But we bonded really well, and the word gets out is some of the guys that are coming out of the academy are not just unknowledgeable boobs. They're kind of know what they're doing in the sense of seeing really bad things. In Vietnam, a lot of us saw a lot of bad things. So, anyway, it's a little sad story. I hope you enjoyed it, though. It was very interesting, and interesting then, and interesting now to tell you. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.